Yo, what's up, guys? This is Chris, and this is hairlossfromsteroids.com. Anyway, this is a new video, an update to the old Hair Loss from Steroids video because the site has been around for about a year, and I'd like to thank everyone who's, contributed on the forums and given their experiences and everything like that. Anyway, if you know me, how you doing? If not, I have a lot of experience combating hair loss, okay? I've recently turned 30 years old just this past week, but throughout my 20s, in combination sometimes with and sometimes without anabolic steroids, male pattern baldness was an issue. I'm pretty sensitive to it, actually. And especially through my early 20s, I blew a lot of fucking money on crap that didn't work. Um, Very much a supplement junkie, very much not really resourceful enough or frankly smart enough or having the time to look at clinical research and see what really did work. And in an industry like this, the hair loss industry, one of the most scam-ridden bullshit industries there possibly is out there, there aren't many things that do work. Now, through trial and error, and mostly error, I've come up with what I found works the very best for me, and it's been pretty consistent over the past 3 years. I've had some regrowth and also mainly prevention of further loss. Now, my hair got really pretty thin in my mid-20s. It got pretty thin, and once I laid off the juice, a good amount of it did come back, but I had to give it that opportunity. So if you're very prone to male pattern baldness, that might be an idea. And by the way, the information on this site will work if you are using steroids or you're not, but it's meant for men. There are certain things on here that may benefit women, as indicated in clinical studies, but it's meant for androgenic alopecia, which is hair loss, miniaturization of hair from DHT that occurs from hormonal substances like testosterone, namely dihydrotestosterone, and things like that, or your natural testosterone too. Just so you know, anything on this site that I recommend, I currently use. I swear by it, and I have no problem recommending it to you guys too. I've used it. I've blown way too much money on crap that didn't work, from laser combs, pills, devices, and stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is, the formula that I've been telling guys about for about a year, which is pretty super effective, I would say for about 98% of guys, it will prevent hair loss, and then somewhere between possibly 1 in 4 will experience some regrowth. Now, regrowth is hard to ask for, and I'll talk about that in the site, but there's the protocol I recommend will cost you about $1 a day, and you can get into the site to check that out. Also, we have a YouTube channel. This site is really like a dinosaur, as you can see. It's an old setup, and I didn't know how to create a website a year ago, so this was my best effort. But the best part about it is the clinical research and stuff like that. It's not the looks of this thing. But we do have a YouTube channel where I do tackle very specific issues like HGH and hair loss, thyroid hormone and hair loss shampoos, which steroids, are the worst for male pattern baldness, which are the best or the safest, if you will, and different issues like that. Like, what's the difference between shedding and what's the difference between androgenic alopecia? A lot of issues in there that unfortunately I could not possibly put on the site because it's simply too little of a site. It's not an ongoing blog, unfortunately, and stuff like that. So, I really appreciate if you've been like tuning in over the past time. If you've seen it, like, I do some new information videos every so often, but my recommendations have not changed, and they really won't change unless I find something better, use it over for a period of about 3 to 4 months, and feel comfortable with recommending it to you guys. But it's been consistent since February 2012, my recommendations. As of right now, it's the first week of October. So, unfortunately, I'm really pretty busy and I don't have a lot of time to answer questions, but I really have made the effort, given this site, to put everything you might possibly want to know on it. Now, certainly I haven't covered every product, and certainly haven't used every product. I've used a lot of them, though. But if it's not recommended on here, something like saw palmetto, provilis, spirolactone, different things like that. If it's not recommended on here, I simply do not recommend them. I have everything I believe somebody needs to give it their best shot at controlling male pattern baldness and possibly experience some regrowth. So, with that said, I hope you enjoy the site. As I said, anything I use or I recommend, I also use, and it's on the site for you. Just to let you know, if you click and get something from Amazon, I get a small commission for it. I'm just being straight up front. I do not work for these companies, but I do get a commission from Amazon, which is about 5%. So it turns out for a bottle of shampoo, it would turn out to be about $1. So if you do it, thank you. If not, get it anyway. It's going to help you. Seriously. This little site was never about money. It was more me learning to build a website and hopefully do something for the world because, you know, through my 20s, I've learned a lot on the forums. You know, a lot of stuff is meant to sell different products, but if you filter through the information, there's a lot of guys much smarter than I out there have given me wonderful information, tracked down clinical studies. And on this topic, I'm sort of the guru, sort of, one of many, though, one of many, over at Anabolic Minds and stuff like that. I really appreciate everybody in that community and stuff like that. These recommendations, like I said, have been the same ones since February 2012. Every 2 weeks or so, I get a recommendation from a company that wants me to pimp their shit. I'm really not interested. And you know, if you find something that works as good or better than the current stack I recommend, and by all means, like, let me know. You can message me on Anabolic Minds. I'm not on there too much, but you know, the simplest stuff works, and it's a shame that only 1% of the stuff out of all the bullshit out there, only 1% of the stuff is very good, but it's super effective. So, in this site, you'll get my recommendations. If you want to pick up Propecia, my opinion on that is also in the site too, and on the YouTube channel of Propecia, which is finasteride. It's worked for me. I have a site that you can pick it up if you want legit kind of source for it. Obviously, ask your doctor first. Frankly, ask your doctor before you use any of these recommendations. I am not a doctor. I am just Chris, and I have had pretty good luck at slowing this thing down. So, hope the information is beneficial to you. Take care, and yeah, till next time.